Okay, so this is going to be the second part of this chapter, which is about weighted index number. Okay, so in this chapter of index number, we have two types of weighted index number, which is known as Laspier's index number and Parshare index number. Okay, so Laspier's index number is also known as base weighted, and Parshare index number is also known as current weighted index number. Okay, so let us look at the formulas given. We have two different formulas. One is for price index, the other one is for quantity index. Okay, so mentioned here as base weighted, we can see that the majority of values that we have in the formula are the base values, Q0, Q0, P0, and only one current value over here. This is the same. We have P0, P0, and Q0, and only one current value over here. So when you want to answer the question, please check whether it is about price index or quantity index, Laspier's or Parshare. Okay, whether it is base weighted or current weighted. So be careful on the way to choose the formulas. Okay, how do we calculate this? Okay, the calculation is by, you can see that we have summation of Pn Q0, meaning we have to multiply every Pn and Q0, and respectively, and then only we add up. The same goes to this one. We have multiplication of P0 and Q0, so we are going to multiply first, then only you add up. Okay, so this is going to be easier if you put it in the form of table, as what we have in the module, as this one. Okay, so maybe the first thing first is to identify which one is current, which one is base, which one is P, which one is Q, and then only you will be writing or putting the formulas that you need. For example, let's say you need P and QN, so one column would be for P and QN, and then you need P and Q now, so this is going to be P and Q now. Okay, so that is the way to make it easier for us to calculate for weighted index number. Alright, so I would like to show you one example over here. This is self-test 10. Okay, for self-test 10, you are not given any quantity. You are just given the net sales. Okay, so you need to find out the quantity by using the formula of net sales is actually revenue equals to P times by Q. So if you want to find your Q value, therefore you need to take the net sales. Okay, we continue back with what we have in the book just now. Okay, we are given data involving price and net sales Okay, so you don't have any Q over here. Quantity are not given here. So before you proceed with answering all these questions, you need to find out your Q value for current and base first. Okay, so how do you find the quantity? Okay, by using this formula, which is revenue or net sales is equals to P times by Q. Therefore, if you want to find the Q value, therefore you will be taking revenue divided by the price. Revenue divided by the price. Okay, so I also have written over here. This is the formulas. Okay, so the net sales is equals to revenue, which is equals to price times by quantity. So R equals to P times by Q. So if you want to find the P given Q, you take R over Q. Or if you want to find the quantity given P, we are going to have R over P. Okay, so R is the net sales. Okay, so for us to answer this one, you have to settle with the value of Q first. Thank you. Okay, so we have done with this chapter. So again, if you would like to know on how to interpret, always remember that the way we interpret will always be the same as what we have earlier, which is we have to just mention about the quantity or the price has increased or decreased by the what percent. Okay, by what percent. Okay, so if you are having weighted index number, if it is about price index, therefore you will be mentioning the price has increased by what percent, or the price has decreased by what percent. If it is quantity index, therefore you will be mentioning the quantity has increased or decreased by what percent. That is the way to interpret. So on the whole, the way to interpret is quite similar. It's just that the two main things to mention is about whether it is about the price or quantity, and whether it is about increasing or decreasing. Okay, increasing or decreasing, and by the percentage, by what percent. Okay, so there are three different things to mention. Okay, not just two, sorry, not just two, we have three, which is the first one is about the price or quantity, increase or decrease, and by what percent. Okay, thank you.